you can read the label, which says, warning, watertight closure, keep shut when underway. We didn't do that. Hi, this is John Schaefer and welcome to Velocity. We're going to start a series of videos here at the Catalina 445 members group on Facebook, just about different repairs and things you can do, or different things about the Catalina 445. Here on Velocity, recently we attempted to do the Bermuda Ocean Race, and it was a great ride. 45 mile-per-hour winds and 20-foot waves. This boat can really handle that type of weather. Very, very few problems. However, we did have one problem, and we had to do a couple repairs underway. But one of the problems that we had is when I, your most beloved captain, was using the halyard to pull up a spinnaker. While I was doing that, because it was so hot out, we had this hatch open, and me not paying attention put my foot through the hatch, which, if you look, the dog on that is glued on, and we knocked it off. That was a problem. The problem that this caused is later in the day, the next day, we were in some big wind and heavy swells. The big wind and heavy swells had water coming over, and with this not properly glued, we were taking water through the hatch. One of the regulations that you have for ISAF when it comes to safety is the ability to manually operate a hand pump from inside. And you can see from here, this is just right with the bilge. So there's the electric bilge right there, and then you can see that we have a manually operated that comes right in. So you can see the tube that intakes on the bottom, and then we have a check valve there, and then we have a T that comes right in there. So you can kind of see how that works. So it works out really nice. It took me about an hour to get it in. Bolts in right nice and handy, and you can operate the lever right from here. You can see how that works. Works quite nice. One other thing you want to take a look at is we also have soft plugs that are sitting right here, tied up, very easy to use. You can rip it off if you need to. That if you do blow something, and then all the bilges you can look in on, not all the bilges. You can see all the seacocks are labeled all throughout the boat as well. Now, another thing we have done here, if you look here on the floor of the Catalina 445, we have a spacer in here, and you can see the space here right in there. What we like to do is, for the regulations again for offshore racing, all your hatches have to be securely fitted, so if the boat rolls over, you know your boards aren't hitting everybody in the head, and it causes a greater hazard. So what we do is we have the ability to either tie these down here with a nice tie down, but what I like better is we take a PVC pipe and we put it in there all the way to here, and then we clip it here. So two little clips and tie down, and so you can imagine the PVC pipe right here, and that provides a lock right under there. The other thing it provides is if we store things this way, you're good to go there. We know it's a crash kit because it says crash on it. Right inside we have a light. If it's dark, you have the light right there. You can just grab that nice and simple. But what's inside the crash kit? Alright, pop it open. You never know, you're going to need some clamps. All kinds of clamps. Pliable epoxy, very important to have for water. We got a couple of those in there in case we need to epoxy anything. More plugs, of course. More plugs, of course. I like this item, a handsaw, in case you need to cut anything, which is important. More plugs, PVC, the polylaminate board here. You can put that in there. A dead hammer in case you need to pound a plug in, so you have that in there. Another cutter of sorts. So that, that's a crash kit. Preparation for offshore. If we do have a man overboard situation, I like the ability to be able to talk to the persons in the water. So we have these cheap floatable radios. We have 6 of those on board, plus some higher quality GPS and AIS activated as well. Yes, don't leave home without it. bolt cutters. Easy to grab, right there for you. You can also see we like to use Velcro. Just for anything that you might want to quickly grab. It's all right here on the deck of the 445. EPIRBs, lights, water activated lights, a lot of safety equipment, other whistles, knives, both set up well. And then finally you'll find we have handy dandy, always ready to grab Gorilla Glue. Found this to be very helpful. Have it ready to go. Use it a couple times in an emergency to put things together that we unfortunately had broke. Man overboard tabs. So these life tabs work great if you're separated from the boat. The alarm MOB goes off. Very loud alarm. We did discover that if you sleep in the forward cabin, the detector is aft. You get a man overboard with those things on, so take them off if you're sleeping in the forward cabin. And then the other addition we have is on Velocity are these battery chargers, which work for USBs on this side. But if you look, it's got a cable here that if you need to, you can jump a battery with it as well. So those plug in, and so those are a quick grab. We really like that as well.